Welcome back. You are watching today on eNCA with me, Dan Moyane. Now, residents of Wentworth in Durban are protesting outside the engine refinery. An explosion and fire there last week damaged nearby blocks of flats. The community is pleading for the plant to be shut down for safety, health and environmental reasons. My colleague, that's award-winning journalist Dasen Tatia, is following the development for us on the ground. Dasen, we are seeing the crowd has gathered there at the entrance of the engine oil refinery. And last week when the explosion and the fire happened, you were on the ground, and resident after resident were really expressing their frustration and anger that for years they have highlighted the dangers of this refinery, which has caught fire before, but they are not even included in a kind of a crisis management plan in the area.
That's right, Dan, and that's been a long-standing anger that you're talking about. I mean, this is not the first time that we're seeing a protest. This is not the first time that we're seeing a fire here. And even on Friday, when we spoke to Engine and we put those concerns to Engine, we asked about that evacuation plan. They said that that was one of the responsibilities of the municipality and didn't really answer that question directly. But let me show you what it looks like right now. So on the one side, you're seeing some of the community here. There's just a road that's separating them and all of the people that are gathered here from the refinery. So they are limited in how close they can get to the refinery because, as you know, this is a national key point. So they are keeping their protest on this end of the street. But they certainly seem to have gotten the numbers that they have been pushing for. There's been a social media campaign. People have been spreading this message. And I think it's quite clear, Dan, to see what it is that they are asking for. Let me show you what's on some of these placards. By and large, they want engine to be shut down. This is because of the safety concerns, because of the health concerns that they have. And they say that this is something that has been going on for far too long. I think this may have just been the straw that broke the camel's back. What I am talking about is that incident that took place on Friday. Apart from the fire that you mentioned, it was one of the blocks of flats not far from here also catching alight. That was a block of flats on West Road, and there it was a family, a grandmother and her two grandchildren that were inside that unit. When something fell onto the roof, they believe it may have come from this fire at the engine refinery, set fire to their flat, and they were also burned in the process. They had to be hospitalized.
Yeah, so people really making their voices to be heard this morning, Dasan there. Has anybody tried to address them from the engine? I see the engine refinery gates are locked, the security there present, there's police, but has anybody tried to interact with the community? Is there an expectation today that there might be an exchange between the community and engine officials?
Well, that's the hope from their side. They do want some answers in that regard. But what they have prepared is the memorandum which they want to give to the management. As you mentioned, there is a strong police presence here just to ensure that nothing gets out of hand. But then let me just take you closer to some of these people that are on the front line here, and maybe I may just engage. Morning, you're live on eNCA. I just want to find out what has brought you to the protest today.
Engine's been killing our community for years now, and we always the scapegoats of Engine. It's about time now the community took our place back. It's about time they stop hiding behind those gates and using national key points as an excuse and come out and face the community and do it responsibly.
What do you want to hear from them today?
I want to hear from them that they care for our community, that they care for our people, that they care for Wentworth, Merebank, the Bluff, and surrounding areas. I want to hear what social responsibility they're doing towards our people. We need clinics, we need ambulances, we need education, we need so much more, and mostly we need jobs.
Yes, 17 years we're waiting for them to do something. I was 17 years ago standing here striking when they had the last fire here. My daughter's 20 years old now. They promised us clinics, they promised social things so much. 20 years later, they're still bluffing us. They're still talking about, they're still blind to the community that they have. They do their social things. They do nothing for us here. We can't even sleep with our windows open with Engine because of the black smoke and all the things that
the sulfur comes right into our lounges. I stay right over here, Des. I am not joking. I can't breathe. we are now finished. Now these people must take their bloody knees off our necks. We are now tired. Enough is enough.
Sure. Me, I'm here for the unemployed. I'm here for the hungry people. And I'm here for the youth what's going nowhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I wish you all the best, brother. And I think that message is very clear. You can hear the frustration, and that's because they say that they've been here before to protest like this. So one only hopes that there will be some kind of engagement with eNCA. Hopefully they will be getting some of those answers that they want once they hand over that memorandum later today.
Dustin, very briefly, are you aware if the community is planning to protest only today, or are they planning to be picketing outside the eNCA entrance there over the next few weeks? Because we have picked up the anger and the frustration since you were on the ground the last week.
No, definitely. This is the start of a protest. There isn't a formal program that has been laid out, but certainly they're not going to stop. They do want to put as much pressure as they can on the refinery to see if they can get what they want, and ultimately that is to have it shut down. Whether that will happen or not, we'll have to wait to see. Hopefully someone from eNCA does come out to address the crowd, but also respond to some of these concerns that have been put forward.
That's in Tatia on the ground there outside the eNCA oil refinery near Wentworth in Durban. Of course, you remember that explosion and fire last week. Now, members of the community say they've been made promises as far back as 20 years ago, almost, by eNCA after a similar fire and explosion had happened. Now, yet again this time, but this time eNCA is not talking to them. They want some answers, including they're demanding that that particular refinery of eNCA should be shut down. I wonder how eNCA is going to manage this situation. I wonder how the local municipality in Wentworth is also going to deal with this.